Chika, where did you get this fresh tea? Should we move out the mic if you can? Just briefly. This
I kind of want to gatekeep right now, bro. I
it's
don't want to tell him what my secrets, my closet. Do you know what I mean?
bro. I mean, your closet's just got better. Like
man.
that is unreal.
Yeah, when you coming out the closet?
My closet's right here as well.
Come on.
My closet's right here. I've got a little Cristiano Ronaldo top on. I'm not even really the biggest Ronaldo fan, but I'm not gonna lie. The colours, the purple, the gold, it's giving Real Madrid. It's giving Ronaldo's career.
See.
And to be honest, this is just sick. Like having player jersey, like individual players having their own kits,
No.
mixed in
100%.
with a bit of who they've played for and a bit about them, i.e. like Ronaldo potentially being a king. I'm more of a Messi fan, but it's still cold.
It's cold.
Again,
it's ice.
like I'm not even a massive Ronaldo fan, and it's just the colours on this that's selling it for me.
100%.
And even
man.
like the detailing, like the Sporting badge, United badge, the Real Madrid badge.
I can see why they called it commas, man.
Yeah,
You be feeling like you're making commas in your bank account wearing this shit, boy.
yeah, and
Hey.
yeah. Thank you, Comma Football, for sending them through. They're sick. We displayed them last time, but we had no visuals. So now we can show them off. We can show them in all their glory. It's they're sick, and thank you, Comma Football, for sending them through. You can improve your closet.
Try be like us. Get your commas up.
Get your commas up. All right. Should we get on with the show?
Yeah, go on.
All right, Chika, why is Jon Morley pissing you off then?
Look,
Look, I'm going to start a drama earlier in the season.
bro, Johnny boy, you know I rate your content, but eesh, it's just like, I thought he was a Liverpool fan, but all he's talking about these days is Arsenal, corners. Yeah, is this something you want to tell us, bro? I can't lie, man. It's just funny because obviously I saw the podcast, or I think you had with one United fan. I've never seen United fans and Liverpool fans linking up to do podcasts before, unless it's like Carragher and Nev. So they're now linking up basically just to shit on Arsenal.
And who's this with?
I don't know the guy's name.
Oh.
Another Irish guy, I think.
Oh, so it was a United fan?
Yeah.
Oh, so
I think one of his boys
Yeah,
from
yeah.
football, where they're chopping it up. But then, obviously, this is ahead of the Arsenal-Liverpool game, so I'm not going to say too much. Yeah.
This might come out before or after, but it'll be around the time the game is played.
But obviously, I know he's trying to get a reaction out of Arsenal fans because we're so easy to bite. But I just find it funny, like, he's got every right to do this, to be fair, because, you know, we have bottled the Premier League a couple of times. They got one over us last year. You know, probably not as successful as them. But I just find it funny, man. Because I just say, like, wait till Sunday. I want to see if he has the same sort of thing, because he's always like, oh, like, Arsenal scored too many goals from corners. We rely on this. Set piece FC. We scored 2 corners against Leeds. But I'm trying to imagine the moment where, you know, it's probably like 20 minutes into the game. You know, Liverpool started off very well. Declan Rice walks up to the corner flag, raises a hand. All the players rush into the box. Van Dijk is pinned back. Alisson is confused, can't get to the ball. Backstick, Gabriel, 1-0. I might even send him a DM, man. I'll probably wait till the final whistle.
Because this might look really silly, because this might come out after we're recording this on the Thursday. The game's on the Sunday. I'm on a plane tomorrow on Friday, and I'm editing it. So maybe I'll drop this clip before then. And at him. Should I?
You can if you want, mate.
Oh, it's big talk.
But he knows what he's doing, innit? Like, you know, like Liverpool are definitely the team to beat. But
he does it well. Like, I've spoken to him. He's the fact that he's helped us out with the aside from this, like, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know. It goes without saying.
Yeah,
so he did say that. But when it comes to football,
it's war. No, you know what? Yeah, look, it's funny. It's all part and parcel of the game. Like, how many times have I done that to Chelsea? Like, rage bait and like whatever.
You love that one.
Yeah. well, they're shit, innit? No, but you know what? Like, you know, Liverpool got the business done twice in a row. They've looked shaky twice in a row. But to be honest, I think the top 6 teams are going to be quite weak or not at their best. It's probably the best time to play a top 6 team in the first 4 or 5 matches.
I was thinking that, like, going to Anfield only a couple games into the season is ideal, in my opinion, because there's always just part of you towards the end of the season where, like, you could be on this, like, 5-game run, and there's been so many times as an Arsenal fan, but it's like, oh, in 2 weeks we go to Anfield, and if we're being honest, for the most part, we look at that game and go, oh, well, we're getting nothing from that.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time I can think of recent times where we did get something from it, did we lose there last year? So, as I'm getting older, so many games are blurring into one.
I don't think we did, no.
Did we lose or draw?
I think we drew.
Yeah, we've got a couple of draws. I remember when Jesus scored.
Martinelli scored. We were 2-0 down. Like, the league was basically already finished. I think we gave them a garden or I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Martinelli scored.
Martinelli and Martinelli scored.
Okay, so that was a nothing game. But before that, when it was competitive, why do Jesus
we were
2-0 up?
We were 2-0 up, and then we had like 4 injuries, and then like we started the team. We had like a whole back four was injured.
Before we talk about things more in general, because obviously, as I say, this pod will probably come out just before it. Is there an early prediction for you for this game? Context, if you are listening right now, we might sound like absolute idiots, but it's worth a prediction. G Nevs, I was listening to the overlap, thinks Arsenal win 2 set pieces. He said 2-0. He thinks they'll go up to. He thinks Mainoo and
Mainoo.
Yeah, he said Mainoo and someone else.
Is Mainoo going to get minutes?
Yes. Yeah, we've got a lot of depth actually now, don't we?
Mainoo's not playing. Mainoo's not going to get us a minute.
But he was saying he thinks there'll be 2 goals from set pieces. Yeah, I don't know why one of them was Mainoo. I've got a feeling there's been a result getting teased a bit, and if I'm being honest, Van Dijk still looks very good, but because he is at such an exceptional level, recently I've thought, he's looking a bit older. Can smell it like a shark smells blood. I can just sense that he's getting a tinsy bit slower, but Van Dijk is at such an incredible level, like he's still going to perform excellently and he's still going to be a pain in Arsenal's backside. But Konate looked all over the shop. Yeah, bro. In the was that the first game of the season?
Both of them, he looked terrible.
Yeah, Konate
looks way off it, bro.
Yeah, and even Carragher was saying that Liverpool need another centre midfielder. They also need another striker, I think, which is why they're going for Isaac, obviously. But also imagine we play Liverpool later in the season once they've had Isaac at Anfield. Pissed. It's the best time to play him. But sorry to interrupt you. With all that context, what do you think an early prediction will be? I think Arsenal might do it. I think we've been teasing a result there for a while. I might even go 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Look, I think we're probably well suited. You know, they couldn't defend any of Newcastle's set pieces. By the end of the day, I think Liverpool just have that rub of the green. They have that Irish luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. And, you know, things go their way and they're going to get chances. Like, you know, we gave Leeds a couple chances in that first 30 minutes. I think we weathered the storm for 20 minutes, made the crowd a bit nervous.
Yeah.
We go do them thingy, but I think 1-1. 1-1. I don't think we'll hold a clean sheet, and I don't think they definitely won't. The way that they've been defending and being unable to hold leads, but at the same time, we don't have Saka. Madueke, I don't know about his big game capabilities, so it's like EZE, I hope he'd be able to start. Don't know if Odegaard's gonna be fit. You know, I don't know how we're gonna line up, man. So I'm excited, and it's one of those times where, like, when Odegaard and Saka be injured last season, you'd be like, "What the fuck? We're fucked."
I think he's gonna put Mainoo in the 10, EZE on the left. If he decides to start EZE, that is. Otherwise, I think he'll start Trossard, and then he'll play Madueke on the right and Gyokores up top. I think that's what he'll go for a front four, and then Zubimendi and Rice behind him.
I think he'll play Martinelli, EZE, Ranieri, and Madueke.
Yeah. Look at this, having options. How nice is this?
Yeah. I don't think he'll play Ranieri, I can't lie.
I can see why he wouldn't. He's young. He's probably not used to it. Martinelli's played there quite a few times now. He's not also as young as he was. Yeah, I can understand.
He can't play Trossard.
Not that Nwaneri isn't like used to hostile cries or like he hasn't got the cojones, for a lack of a better term, to playing a game like that. It's just he's young. You need to ease players into games like this.
This is the game that you need Martinelli. You know, Salah on that right side. I think Calafiori's had a great start to the season, but Miles Lewis-Kelly's a much better 1v1 defender. You lose a bit of presence in the box for your set pieces. It depends. Who knows how that left side is going to look, but you know, probably go with the form player, trust him, make a change if you need. But I think Martinelli will play just because of his ability to track back and press.
Yeah, that's true. And also, if we decide to sit back, Martinelli's a perfect player to have in that position. On that note, look, I don't know where to start with this because there's so many things I want to talk about. Actually, can we backtrack and get back onto it? Are you okay to do that?
Yeah, wherever you want, mate.
We're recording this a day after probably one of the biggest cup shocks in history. You right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, we're recording this after one of the biggest cup shocks, I think,
you say?
in a long time.
Cup.
Cup shocks. Grimsby.
You said cuck. What's that one?
There have been some surprising cucks.
I'm sure you have been surprised
I
by many.
know myself. Actually, I do have someone that I know that was in the surprising cuck.
Sure,
Anyway,
you got a
this
flashbang.
is not the podcast for that. The what was that going? Man, Grimsby, wholesome. You got done by the fish, or whatever this meme is. Have you seen the Bradford thing?
Yeah,
You got pecked by the chickens, or you got
slapped by the fish.
you got battered. You got battered by the fish or slapped by the fish. Yeah. Anyway, Grimsby have beaten Man United. Shock. There are so many things to dive into, but firstly, I've seen a lot of discourse right now about Fernandes playing in centre midfield with Casemiro and having Mount like kind of almost having like a 2-10 situation and one up top with two wing backs around them. Amarin's had a window now, and he's decided to sign 3 strikers. Now, I think whether that's who did they have before the window? Xerxes,
Hoyland, Diallo, Anthony Rashford.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got rid of
Garnacho, Mount. That was it.
Okay, so you're getting rid of Rashford. Hoyland's on his way out. You've decided to sign 3 strikers. Was it not blatantly obvious that maybe one of those transfers should have gone to centre midfielder space, especially if you're looking to get rid of Mainoo out the squad?
I don't think they were the wrong transfers. I just think they needed an additional centre midfielder, which I'm sure they will get.
But that's what I'm saying. That should have been the priority, because right now they're playing Bruno in centre midfield and it's hurting them.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, the context is look, you're choosing to get rid of some strikers, Rashford and Hoyland, but they're not exactly old. Casemiro's aging. And then really, apart from that, your best centre midfield option is Ekitike.
I feel no matter what, he seems like he's going to play Bruno. Even if they sign him midfield, they're going to play Bruno there. They're going to continue playing him there.
But he's costing them. He cost them against Fulham.
Yeah,
he cost them in 2 ways. People are all talking about the penalty. He didn't track Smith Rowe for the goal.
Yeah,
it's Iwobi came out in. Yeah, but he should not be playing there, especially against Casemiro, who's Fernandes is an attacking player. He's a 10. He should be playing one of those 2-10 spots. He should not be in the centre midfield. And especially with the added context of Casemiro. And if you don't like Mainoo at the club, if you don't know where to put him, which I find bizarre anyway, then just sign another midfielder. Don't put Fernandes there, or put someone next to Casemiro with legs. Because Fernandes in his head is going to be pushing 24/7. Let's be honest, Fernando in his mind has only got one thing on his mind half the game. What's that? Pinging the ball forward. He isn't defensively disciplined enough to play in that position. And Casemiro, if you've got him in the club and you're going to start him, you're going to have to play someone next to him with legs. Mainoo's young, but I don't think he covers distance like other centre midfielders. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand why you wouldn't put him there. But you've got a full stop. Just sign another centre midfielder before you start investing up top. Because I think even with... Have they got rid of a centre midfielder this window?
No.
Yeah, so they were already short in that position. So I just find it bizarre transfer policy. And it goes back, maybe because I play in midfield, I have got this bias. But midfield wins your games. Midfield wins your games. If you don't have a good midfield, you get run all over. Yes, you could twist that however you want, but it goes back to the old age saying. Midfielders are so important to your team, and the fact that you're short there already and have decided to invest in 3 strikers is quite worrying. I just find it quite baffling. I think if you continue to play Fernandes there, like everyone else is saying, not just me, they'll get exploited. Iwobi and Smith Rowe in that post-match interview clearly said, look, we knew we could get him behind. So I don't think it's just a priority. I think it's desperation in regards to some midfielders. And they've left themselves short in that now, because now other teams are going to know that they're going to be after another centre midfielder. So they're going to up the price. I think it's poor management.
Who knows? I feel like, United are very gung-ho in the transfer window. They've probably been forced to make a centre mid signing now because of they see the gaps. They should have planned to get one and had a backup option, But sometimes you won't be able to get your number one targets early in the window and bank on getting them later. I don't know what's going on, but one thing for sure, I feel like, I don't know, they definitely needed to sign a new front three, people that can actually play in that system, and they've done that. 3 quality players, but at the same time, there's no point buying all these strikers if you can't even get the ball up to them.
Exactly, bang on. You put it way better than I did. That is exactly right. How you need the ball to go through the team to get it to them. You need a functioning system. There's no point in. It's like I don't know. It's I can't think of a saying to talk about it, but yeah, you need people to feed these players balls. And right now, I just don't see cohesion in that midfield to get to a situation in which these balls can get played.
Yeah, who they struggle with, like in the big games, they actually do well. It's easy for them to set up. The game is more open. They kind of sit back.
Yeah.
They're a bit more methodical. But it's these mid-table teams that are tactically adaptive and like do mid-block or kind of play to Man United. It's those games that they struggle with. They'll get like the odd, one or two, couple victories against like the lower level opposition, but the mid-table teams, they suss them out.
If I'm
you can't break them down.
Yeah, if I'm a 10 in like a mid-table team or a lower league team, and I know United are on the front foot, and they've got Fernandes and Casemiro in the middle, even Kobe Mainoo, who I really rate to an extent, I'm thinking, oh my God, how much space have I got in the middle? Casemiro hasn't got the legs. Fernandes is too busy forward thinking, and he isn't as defensively minded as he should be in that position. I would be having a field day. I'd be having an absolute field day. All that space to create and all that space to create dangerous opportunities, which is what Fulham did. I mean, Smith Rowe made that run in. Fernandes wasn't tracking him. Bosh. And Fulham worked that game plan to a T. And obviously, it's not as black and white. There are many layers to tactics that I will never understand, but they just look a bit lost. There's no cohesion there. They need a proper centre midfielder, and it needs to happen soon. I
think United need to intervene, because if they lose another academy product that has really good potential, I think they just lost. They lost the soul of the club. Adapt to your players. Every manager, every coach should be able to adapt to what you have, and he's never been able to do that. He's like, none of these are my players. I need players that can play my system. I need players that can do this. But you don't do that at the expense of all these youngsters that are coming through your club. I don't know why he's not played or tried to make some sort of midfield free or adjust to his team's needs. He's just so given on playing the system, and I feel like it's gone to the point where I genuinely believe he's a fraud just because he talks confidently, just because this guy talks and has that nice hair and has a bit of charisma. Like, this guy, bro, if Ten Hag had all of those things, people wouldn't be telling us that he's a terrible manager like he is. At the same day, probably Ten Hag's a bit better. He just doesn't have the charisma. Like, it's Riz versus harassment at this point. Like, just because Armour can talk smoothly and confidently and talk about football in a beautiful, like, poetic way, but when it comes down to it, the guy's clueless, bro. Like, you have to be very careful.
It's bizarre as well, because like, if going forward you're going to play a front three like that, that's very fluid, that kind of you're looking to get into half spaces and you're not looking to be too structured. The players behind you have to be so rigid and so disciplined. And because he, as you say, rightfully, he's trying to get everyone to force themselves to play into this system. He's playing players that just can't do that job. And yes, I know Mainoo probably can't do it, because I'd say Mainoo probably doesn't have the legs to do it. But Fernandes doesn't have, again, I've said it a million times, so I'm going to stop after this, the defensive mindedness too. And Casemiro doesn't have the legs either. So as you say, it's absolutely idiotic, unless you can rebuild your whole team to fit this system in one transfer window, to keep on forcing playing the system, because you're just going to absolutely damage your confidence because the system doesn't work for the players you have. It's about integrating a new system slowly. It's like an English teacher completely changing the way they taught a whole class after a class, I don't know, a year 7 class learned a way in which to revise for the tests, and they got really good at it. And then he's come in and he said, no, but this is a better way to do it. But they're not used to that. It's a really weird comparison.
Yeah.
Very weird. But you need, with anything, you need to slowly integrate change. In fact, I watched the Birmingham City documentary, and Tom Brady and the owner instantly sacked the manager at the time. I think it was John Eustace. I could be wrong. And he was doing really well. They were in the top 6, and they thought they would Americanize it. We're going to sign Wayne Rooney. He's going to be our manager, and he's going to be incredible. He's going to be this Hollywood. He's going to fit our system, or fit what we're trying to do. They got relegated because they hired Rooney. They made too big of a change, and I know that's a more extreme example, but they made too much big of a change too quick, and then. And now, as the documentary shows, they slowly integrated change through League One. It was a blessing in disguise. But yeah, I think any person that comes into a business and tries to rip up the playbook is an absolute idiot, full stop. And as you say, I think rightfully, he's a fucking fraud for it. Because you're just breeding, especially at a time, like, it's not like the club are in a bit of a decline. They're fucking going down Mount Everest right now. So you need to adapt your system. You need to breed confidence. And with confidence comes the ability to try new things and try new systems. And finally, fucking wait till you have the players to play the system. Because to go back to another saying, it's a podcaster saying, that's like teaching a fish how to climb a tree. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just idiotic, stupid. And then you get situations like this against Grimsby. And it's totally fucking deserved. Totally fucking deserved. Yeah.
United. You and I.
Yeah.
TED.
And just another thing, what makes things worse, and I think why it has gone worse, I was listening to Rashford on Gary Lineker and Michael Richards' podcast, and he was saying that even he thinks that United, since he's been there, has been reactionary and not had a plan for years. They haven't had a plan since 2012, 2013. And even if you think about it, even the Moyes appointment was a bit lazy. They're like, oh, Fergie chose him. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Was there a plan behind it? Was there 5 years? Like, don't get me wrong, Arteta hasn't won any trophies, and Arteta might not prove to be a success in the long run, but at least we've fucking improved, and you can see what he's trying to do. Yeah. If Rashi's even calling you out, there you go. That's what we got.
Rashi's been tossed to the curb.
Let it all work out. 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 Mate, the best announcement video of all time. Do you know how much I loved that song before as well?
Really?
I love Sampha. Like, ever since Don't Think About It Too Much, Too Much, Too Much, Too Much. Oh, I nearly have vocals there.
Yeah, keep sipping that tea, mate.
I think Sampha, he's got one of the best voices of all time.
No, 100%, man.
Anyway.
He's from London as well.
Yeah, he's a South London boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is he a gooner, though? Or is
No
he
idea, to be honest. No
yeah, he
idea.
doesn't really keep
Probably. Let's just say he's a gooner.
Yeah. But that EZE, oh my God. When I saw, where was I? I was in Tottenham, ironically. I'm not even joking to you. When it got announced, I was outside White Hart Lane. How ironic is that?
Mad, what are you doing there?
I was on my way to a 40th birthday party, which is quite humbling.
Damn.
I got invited to my first 40th birthday party. But yeah, I just come out the pub. I was on my way to like a dinner with some more friends, and I don't know why. I just got out my phone, or maybe I think I had athletic notifications on. I just checked and saw EZE announce. I instantly went on the Arsenal account and I see Righty in a fucking chair, and I was thinking Righty's got to announce this. Like South London boys, both came from Palace, joined Arsenal. I was just like, it would be such a missed opportunity. And as usual, the Arsenal media team just did not miss. They did not miss. And I saw it. And I'm even getting goosebumps talking about it. It didn't look real. He's so fucking cool, EZE. Such a nice guy. And I'm never, like, take the bias out of it. Yes, I know Arsenal fans, we can be corny. I know we can be a bit too much, pardon the pun, sometimes. But Jesus Christ, the story on that. I was even, do you remember after the FA Cup final, I was even saying the craziness of him even winning the FA Cup. But to him even, and you know how much I loved him already, for him to even finish that story by joining the club he wanted to and calling Arteta whilst he was at Spurs, it was just incredible. But yeah, I was literally in the Aldi by the Victoria pub in on the main high street, by Tottenham, and yeah, sat outside Aldi, watched it before I went in to get my bottles of wine for dinner, and like goosebumps. Must have gone out that night, went for dinner, had a few drinks, ended up in Moth Club in Dalston, and I came home, line biked at home, very drunk. Don't do that, kids. And I came home. This is you're gonna rinse me for this. I was so happy. I came home, I stuck it on my TV in my room. I watched it back like 12 times and got teary.
Look, I'm not gonna front, like, I enjoyed it like any Arsenal fan. I enjoyed it, but after a while, I was just getting too much, man. I started seeing it everywhere.
I was in my room bawling. I was crying. I was like, I love shit like this. I fucking love it. I couldn't get enough, mate. You would have thought I watched bloody Saving Private Ryan. I was a mess. I bloody love it. And what a story.
No, I love the story.
Football. You know, I call myself the football romantic. It was beautiful. You don't get moments like that. I haven't had a kid yet. I don't know actually what true beauty is like, but it came fucking close there. And maybe it was. Maybe that will surpass the birth of my first kid. Goosebumps. Even talking to you right now, I fucking love EZE.
I love EZE as well.
I love him, but I'm pronouncing his name wrong. EZE.
EZE. You know what it means?
No.
It means king in Igbo.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a fucking king. I fucking love him. Absolutely. Pardon my friend. I love him. And he's Eva. And you said we got 3 Igbo boys at Arsenal now. So you're happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not just happy for that reason, but
100%. We've got a quality player.
bonus.
We've got a quality player, man. You know, I just can't wait to see him in Arsenal colours on the pitch, doing what he does. Like, the story's not finished, man. You know, I want him to hit the ground running. I want him to show everyone why we bought him and why we spent so much money on him. So, but yeah, man, just seeing him, it's more like the interviews. Like, it was a sick video for me, but it's more like the actual interviews and seeing the way he talks about Arsenal and seeing the way, one of my friends summed it up perfectly. It's like watching his reaction and watching his like day in the life of signing and like how he talks about the club and like even like the bit with Thierry Henry and Ian Wright. It basically was like watching what it would feel like to be an Arsenal fan. Like, we all had that dream, like, you know, when we were young. Like, imagine us like signing for Arsenal. That's how it would feel. That's like indescribable. Like, you finally get your opportunity at the peak of your powers to like come back home and perform for Arsenal and like play for your dream club and like walk out on the pitch. It's mad. Like, it's unreal, surreal. So
I'm actually going to interview you for a second, and you know I'm probably where I'm going to go with this.
Not really.
So you're a very laid back guy. Like, I'd say, like, you're praising you. You're the nicest guys I know. Like, you're very, very lovely to be around. But you're very relaxed. You're chill. You don't really show too much emotion sometimes.
Yeah.
If people don't know this already, you were at Arsenal when you were younger on trial. Like, you never played for the team, but you're on trial. So I was thinking in my head, you know, even for people who came close to realising that dream at Arsenal, I'm not saying you were in the squad or anything, but you came closer than most to even have that opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying? So how does it make you feel, especially as someone from a similar background as you? Like, Ezebo's from the same cultural background as you. He's a Londoner like you. I know you're West London and he's South, but somewhat similar. You're closer than most to feeling what it would be like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
How does it make you like? I'm essentially asking, did you see yourself more in him than most?
What do you mean? Like, do I see?
Like, was there a part of you that goes back to you when you're like, how old are you when you're on trial at Arsenal?
I played against him like once or twice. Must have been like primary school days. At the end of my primary school days, yeah.
So 10,
like 9 to 11.
Yeah. So did part of you go back to when you were that young when you saw EZE?
Oh, I wouldn't say I went back to that young. It was more like being just that feeling of like, just what kind of did, like when you're dreaming to be a footballer, like playing Arsenal. You go, when you go to Arsenal. I remember being at Highbury a couple of times, and I was even playing football at Highbury in the kids section. Like, it was more just the feeling like you could see pure joy and like pure. He couldn't believe he was in a position that he was, but he's worked so hard to be there. And you, obviously, imagine yourself doing that. It's like imagine Arteta just calls me now. Yeah, it was like cheeks. I heard a lot about you. I heard you're an Arsenal fan. You know, we're trying to sign you. What? It's, bro. And then you probably go off the film like, nah, it's a joke. It's a joke. You put it down. And then what? They're like, you actually get into it. I still probably don't feel like it felt real for him until he's actually training. Maybe like when he plays his first game at Emirates in September. Like,
do you know what I'm thinking there? You might have played against him. If you really deep it, because he would have been, he's the same age as us, same year group. You've played against them.
To be fair, I remember playing literally against a team, yeah, and it was just literally these bald-headed black kids just running around, rings around us.
You did have like short hair back in the day.
It's like you know, typical 1 or 2 buzz cut, like egghead.
Yeah.
I remember I was there playing with like Finley and like a couple other guys from my teams and people that had been called up.
Finley was on trial at Arsenal as well.
He played for Arsenal.
Finley
got in.
Did he?
Yeah. You didn't know?
Nah.
From that trial, he got in.
Jesus, was Finley that sick back in the day? Finley was really good back in the day.
Finley was good, like obviously sick, but his body matured so much early. Like, he was bigger than everyone.
Yeah.
Stronger than everyone, and he was fucking sick with the ball at his feet. So it's like he could literally shoot from wherever.
He was at Arsenal for a year, actually. Now that you say that, wasn't he? He was there for a while.
It wasn't there for too long, but he was there for like a year or two.
He was a big Arsenal fan as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're talking about players we used to play with when we were younger. But just incredible. But yeah, honestly, bro, the likelihood of you playing against him, I mean, the most I can ever say is I played against Reading or Bournemouth players. Not that's bad, by the way, but just there hasn't been as many notable names come through those academies.
Yeah, man, it's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy stuff. You're part of EZE's story, mate.
Yeah, man.
And again, I'm just for context, like, and not to put words in Chika's mouth, because I know what people are like online. Feels weird even clarifying this. We are not saying that we have anything to do with it. I'm not doing the whole thing of Chika could have made it if it wasn't for a dodgy knee. Full stop. Chika was a very good footballer and still is a very good footballer. There you go.
Likewise, my brother.
Yeah?
Likewise.
Do you think if people saw me that on this pod and stuff, like, because I've had this a few times.
Mm.
You know, I've got a bit, but
Right.
if you just said that good. Like, what do you? But I think if most people saw me like just looking at the camera now, and they saw me just like this, they wouldn't think I've got a bit from the way I look.
But there's so many like kind of like
Bernardo Silva comes to mind.
Bernardo Silva's
Yeah.
one of them, but so many white lads that just techie with it that you wouldn't even see. You wouldn't even like expect it. Typical centre mids. Like I saw people at uni that never, because obviously up north there's probably like just like these geezers there, like, and then I'm like, fuck it. Like when I started training for Manchester, trying to get into the ones, I was like, oh, this guy. I was like, this guy. He's got patchy hair. He's fucking receding, just like an accountant coming to training and that. It's like I was like, oh, bro, couldn't get the ball off him. Yeah. So I was like, well, this guy's from Sheffield or some shit. I was like, fuck. Like
on that note, to be fair, like talking about Finley playing for Arsenal for a year, if you met Finley, you wouldn't think he's as good as he is as well.
Yeah, man.
I think
can't judge a book, man.
Yeah. Didn't we have Sterling play with us? Like train with us?
Yeah, Sterling actually did come because he was really like I think Ali was one of his mentors at some point, but he was obviously a bit older than us, but we didn't realise that he's playing at QPR back then, or I think he was trialing for one of the teams, and then Sterling came through. But obviously when he was there, he wasn't Sterling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy. Yeah, we got some crazy stories actually. Thinking on it, and we've never really gone into them. Maybe we should. Yeah, crazy stories. I was thinking the other day, actually.
Isn't Sterling still at Chelsea?
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Weird. I was thinking the other day, actually. Where's I going with this? Yeah, like even when I was younger, like I hit puberty. You had the same thing, I remember. And I don't know where we're going with this pod, but fuck it, I'm gonna roll with it. I was younger in year 7, and I was playing county, like basically our county in London. We have borough football. I was playing for Camden, and I was quite good. Like I was probably one of the better players in the team. I was quite well known in year 6, and then I put on bare weight in like year 7, and essentially wasn't good enough, and I was the first one to get released when it got into Camden Islington district. But our year group for Camden Islington district was ridiculous. Like we won the London Cup. Like we beat teams from South, which is, if you don't know London and you're listening to this, South London's where most of the footballers come from. Hence the EZEs, the Ian Wrights. Trying to think. God, there's so many. Basically, more than half of Chelsea's youth academy, and Arsenal's as well. Smith Rowe. But yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. Even I was playing a Fulham right back out the team when I first joined, and then I don't know what happened to me. I just went and brought it back. Got into Ren development squad, and then got drunk at uni.
It's always uni, man.
It's always uni, innit? But yeah, we got some pretty cool stories. We played against Bournemouth and Reading together. You've played against Arsenal. You've been everywhere. I think we talked about it on the earlier podcast a bit. You got into Tottenham and you did an EZE. Mate, your story is very similar to EZE.
No, it's not, bro.
I'm joking.
Oh yeah, I'm literally here.
But you did reject Tottenham.
Well, not out of my own decision, man. Yeah. Oh god.
All right, maybe we should move on from this. Got a day. But I just thought it was. I did think of you when EZE signed. Like part of me thought of you because I was like, oh, it's like I don't know, an Ebo London boy signing for Arsenal. You're at Arsenal on trial. Yeah, I don't know. Just thought, yeah, I wonder how Cheeks feels about this. I thought, yeah, maybe you'd relate to it a bit more. And from what you said, yeah, you've got stories that you can share playing at Highbury and stuff like that. But yeah, I suppose everyone will relate to it in their own way. But I just thought, give a bit of context to your background and the EZE thing, and just, I think that would emphasise how incredible the signing is, I think. Did you know in the last 2 years, Martinelli's got more goals, not like open play goals, than Saka?
Is it 3 or 2? Because they're obviously counting his first season, his season where he exploded, surely.
Last 2.
Nah, I agree with it. Nah, it can't be.
I'm pretty sure this is the stat.
It must be 3 years, surely.
Well, regardless, he scored a lot of goals still in the last 2 years. from the wing and in a team where the goals are pretty.
No
evenly
one's
spread.
getting at him for the amount of goals he scores.
No. Let me land. Let me ask the question. I'm very aware. I'm not a massive fan. I think we needed a left winger. I was calling out for it. I watched him pre-season. I've been watching him for the past year, like everyone else has. And his inability to beat like people 1-on-1, his ability to be read by defenders was fucking pissing me off. Along with the little toe tappy tap thing that he does. Don't get me wrong, but I still think, and I've said it numerous times now on the pod, Martinelli has a place in this squad, especially when the game is stretched. And maybe this is just stupid fans, and maybe it's people that I shouldn't listen to or give any credit to. But I think the hate is a bit overdone on him. Like, so I'm seeing some fans talk about Martinelli like he's the worst thing in the world. The geezer's still bagged whilst he's been in the team, and he still has a part to play in the squad.
Let's not. He's not bagged.
He scored a fair few. I'm not saying he's done insane numbers again.
I don't think he scored a few. He can remove fair.
A fair few.
He scored a few.
What's his stats in last season? Let's check Martinelli's stats.
Check him.
Yeah, he scored 8 goals in 33. He scored 10 goals in 46. Oh, fucking hell. 10 goals in 51 games. It's not great.
Let's put stats. You can get the breakdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, 2 years ago, Jesus, he was bagged 15 in 36. That was not bad. But yeah, he's got 12 goal contributions in 33 games last season. He got 10 goal contributions in 35 games the season before. That's not terrible. It should be better, and to be a bigger team, that should be better. I'm not saying that. But I just think the hate is overdone. Some people are talking about him like he's the worst left winger to ever play for Arsenal. Do you not think that's wrong?
Yeah, of course it's wrong. You know, he works hard. He's damn near probably the best defensive winger about the moment. But, you know, like, we don't need him to be that defensive at times. Yeah. Sometimes we need him to make the right decision, be productive, make the right run, be creative, just be a better player sometimes. But... you know, can't teach a fish how to climb a mountain, like you said. You hope he'll get better. He's still relatively young, but I think for me now, like, if a right offer comes in, got cash in.
But I still, I suppose we've got so many players that can play on the wing now. We've got Maddest, Nwaneri can do
that guy's
job.
not ready to play left wing for us, bro.
No, but I'm just talking about on both flanks.
Yeah.
Saka, Maddest, Nwaneri, EZE, Trossard, who's signed got a wage increase with no extension, which is interesting. Even Dauman. There are so many players. I mean, I still think Dauman should be pushed very gently. Geezer is literally going into year 11, which is insane. In year 10, I was just starting to go to house parties.
I was still a midget then.
You were still a midget? I don't think that's the right dwarf.
I think that's worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, we should move on from this. But yeah, you were small. Yeah, there's a lot of options there. Maybe because obviously we don't think that. What's that?
I was laughing at him. I said, dwarf, that's better.
Maybe the way we should phrase it is, what can Martinelli do to improve his game?
Find a new club.
Well answered. Okay. Nah, come on. There's got to be some. I think Martinelli. Do you not agree? This season, when games are stretched, Martinelli's a decent player to bring off the bench.
Yeah, of course. You know, when we're playing against tired legs, but sometimes I just want the Martinelli that was deadly in front of goal, made good runs. You know, he scored 15 goals in one season. Like, bring that Martinelli back, and then we'll feel like it will be erased. If you fail to beat a man, or you can't beat a man, just make the run. Be it off the ball striker. Be, what we know he can be. But also, when you're being in front of goal, make it count. Because all that shit gets forgotten. Salah's had 2 stinkers, but gets forgotten because he scored and got an assist.
Yeah.
Just be productive, or be a contributing player. It's one of the two. pick one. If you can do both, great. That's what Saka does.
I think hopefully with this new competition in the squad, it can bring the best out of him. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can get his value up and sell him. I'm done. Like I was so hopeful going into the season. I was like, cool, he's not injured anymore.
Yeah.
You can get some running games. Saw him in pre-season. I was like, bro, I can't do this. I can't do this, bro. Like, I had to unfollow him. Can't see any more of him. Can't do it.
Now, we've done our title predictions, and we said, I think you had Arsenal second, was it? With Liverpool top, and who was in your top four? We had the same top four. It's Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, I think it'll be very competitive. I'm looking at the squads now with, I know I said, I based a lot of my predictions off that Villarreal game where Arsenal played in, and that was a bit silly because it was a second string squad, and I was panicking. I was like, all these signs. I still think there's time that needs, we need time to adapt still. Hopefully that will come quicker, but I don't know why with the EZE signing, it sounds so stupid, but for some reason I feel like it unlocks another door for Arsenal, and it's made me worry about the problem of gelling a lot less, because I think Gyokores now, with the three behind him, now has three creative players that can create something out of nothing for him, and given that half chance which Gyokores thrives in. EZE, if he's playing on the left, can. Odegaard, if he can regain form, can. And Saka can on the right. I think the reason why I was mainly worrying was actually because of Martinelli. I don't think he has that creative flair or that ability to, create a chance for Gyokores. So with all that being said, would you consider Arsenal now title favourites? Because also, sorry, just the context I want to give. For me, Liverpool's defence looks a bit shaky. I mentioned earlier in the pod that Van Dijk's looking a bit older, still playing to an absolutely outrageous level. It's just the standards that Van Dijk has set for himself. I think they could do with another centre-half. And if this is a big if I think it looks that way because the Newcastle have just signed another striker. But if Ekitike gets injured as things stand, they haven't really got a backup in that striker position. But if they do sign out EZE, that does scare me. But for the time being, at this very moment, I think you can say that is a worry for Liverpool. I think Chelsea are in a new position where they haven't brought in too many players, so I think they've started to gel a lot more, and they brought in Delap, Pedro, Gittins, and that's been their main side, and Esteval. They haven't, like, for Chelsea standards, that's not too many new players. So they're starting to gel, they're starting to get better, they've done well, but I think teams are now fearing them more, so I think they're going to have to adapt to teams sitting back, which Arsenal have struggled with. I think unlocking that door, I think Arsenal are in a much better position to unlock those doors right now. I think it's our signings this season have got us into a position where those games that we struggled against the lower position teams will become easier, as that was our Achilles heel. And Man City look like they're just rebuilding now. I think City will get a few good results, but I think they're at a rebuilding stage. I think they not only need time to gel as well, but I think they're one or two signings off getting back to the City of old. So with all that being said, would you say Arsenal at this very moment are title contenders?
Yeah, they always have been. That was never a doubt to me. It was just staying fit. I think we stay fully fit. I think we've got a very, very good chance. I think if we start to get injuries here and there and get into a bit of a situation, I can't feel the best players. We do have depth, but I think it becomes a bit more tricky. The fittest team always wins. Really and truly, the fittest team with good depth always wins.
Yeah. I was looking at that as if I don't know why. It's just changed something for me. It's changed something in my psyche. It's basically going against what I said before.
Me too. Going into this game without EZE, I would have been like, oh, fuck Saka, Odegaard, like.
Yeah.
But now, got be good. If who knows? Will EZE start? Probably, but
also I think one of the most underlooked things in football, and even from a guy that's played amateur football, I think one of the most underlooked things is a feel-good factor within the team. And I think Eze brings that in spades. City, they don't feel like they've got that. And I feel like they had that. And they're trying to get back to that as well. Chelsea on the precipice and getting close to getting that feeling. But I know, you just look at all those teams, and I feel like the feel-good factor at Arsenal with that Eze sign surpasses them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, Eze signing, I'm trying not to hype it up too much. You know, at the end of the day, we're up against some very good teams. You know, there's a lot of banana skins in that league. Chelsea, I don't think they'll contend or last the majority of the season. But, you know, they've got some dangerous players. They've got some gaps in defence, centre-back. They're still quite young up front. You know, but, you know, João Pedro is a very good signing. Links up well, clinical, technical. So yeah. I'm still. My prediction. I'm still kind of there about thinking.
Talking about
Damn.
What?
Mainoo's asked to leave on loan.
Oh shit! Fuck it. Let's talk about this now. So as we're recording right now, Mainoo's asked to leave United on loan, and too fucking right. And that puts United in a really bad position because now they've only got Agate and Casemiro as real centre midfielders. So I think again.
Damn. But he's asked for the loan, but the club have said they're not going to sanction any temporary switch and expect the England international to fight for his place.
Yeah, because they know if they get rid of him, they're fucked. Because they got no depth in the centre midfield. Should have just adapted the system around him.
He wants to make the Euros. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think that's really unfair.
It's going to get toxic there, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, that's come out. Jesus.
Yeah. On a more positive note, a player who has made a move, Ekitike, serious. I said earlier in the other podcast, like, I didn't know much about him. Now he's got 3 and 3.
Kind of wish I had him.
At Arsenal. Yeah.
He's an Arsenal player, like smooth.
Yeah.
Calm in front of goal. Links up play well. You know, I think it'll take him a while to get used to the physicality of the league. I thought he shied away a little bit against Newcastle, but that'll come. He'll beef up, but he's quick.
He's got an eye for a goal.
Yeah.
He sees an opportunity in a split second and absolutely makes the most of it. When I saw his build, and I think he played against Spurs, against Frankfurt. I saw a snippet of him. I thought he was that kind of striker that, you know, did too much and wasn't in the box enough, or didn't have that eye for goal, would do everything but be a striker. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen him for Liverpool 3 times now, and I'm like, nah, this guy's hungry. He kind of, to have that ability to just see an opportunity in a split second and take it, it's such an undervalued skill. And he executes. Each goal he scored, he's executed to a T. It's been side netting pretty much most times. I'm just thinking of the Community Shield goal off the top of my head. Who else has he scored against? Bournemouth.
Yeah, he scored in every game.
Was that like kind of side net? I can't really remember the goal.
Yeah, open up his body, put bottom right.
Yeah. I know why you probably think he's an Arsenal player. What does open your body, put bottom right remind you of? But yeah, the geezer's got an eye for goal. He's sharp. And yeah, I think, as you say, maybe the physicality right now is the only thing that's holding him back a tinsy bit. But if we're saying he's getting held back off scoring 3 and 3, how good can this guy be? I didn't know much about him, but Jesus, I know all about him now, and I do worry about him as an Arsenal fan this Sunday, and I worry about him in the future because I think he's only going to get better, as you say. But he's just a proper striker. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong here, but he reminds me of like a better version of Cavani. I know it's only been 3 games, but you know, Cavani would just always be in the right position. And the beauty of Cavani is he'd miss about 20 chances and then score. But Ekitike is in the right position all the time. but he just scores. He's a very, very good player.
No, Ekitike's good, man. Just polished, man. Well polished. That's what I like, man. Gyokores, I don't know.
You're worried?
I'm not worried. He's just not my sort of striker.
It's clunky.
Yeah, clunky to say the least. But, you know, as long as he bags and that's his job, at the end of the day, like, I don't care and I'll support him fully. But, you know, maybe he's also unfit. This is him at his worst. Like, he hasn't had a pre-season at all. It's going to take him probably about 4 or 5 games to actually get into the swing of things. Proper training, proper fitness work. But yeah, I have no doubts that he will score a lot of goals. I'm expecting at least 20 goals this season.
All comps?
Prem.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If he stays fit.
Yeah, it's better stay fit. Fucking hell, like, you can miss 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
But I want 20 goals. There's no reason with all this talent around you and the amount of chances you're going to be getting. I think he's going to be a bit of a flat track bully. He kind of was. He did perform in like some big games for Sporting, but, you know, didn't really play that well against the Benfica, the Portos often. But he scored a couple goals against them. But majority of his goals came against the bottom half.
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of what we need. Like,
I think it is what we need because that's where we struggled last season.
Yeah, the games we lost, Bournemouth, Newcastle. If we lose West Ham,
we always trip up against them like once every 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think it was West Ham, Bournemouth, Newcastle that we lost to last season, and we drew like 13 games. So it's like, yeah, just make it count.
Now this is a weird topic because we don't really know what's been said or done, but you're interested in it. Nuno falling out with Edu and Marinakis. Oh, sorry, Mr. Marinakis. Love you, mate. Would do anything for you. Please don't hunt my family down. Like you did with Gibbs, allegedly. Crazy situation. Thoughts on it?
I don't know. It happens a lot when you change up the team behind the manager. Shit can go wrong, but Edu, I don't know what.
He's weird vibes, isn't he?
He's weird vibes, and he's probably going there wanting to strut his stuff, put his mark on the team. But sometimes it's like, just assess, tweak, like you said, like make a couple changes here and there. Don't have to like change things too much. But he's obviously trying to go in there, make an impact, and be the one calling the shots. Don't know who he thinks he is, but you know,
he's
the
very,
manager.
Sorry to interrupt. He's very flash, isn't he? I
don't know, man. You know the Brazilians.
Do you think generally, because apparently I was reading an article on it on The Athletic, apparently like from the first meeting, Nuno was like, fuck this guy, like really didn't like him, and there is quite a history of like Portuguese and Brazilian people culturally not getting along. Obviously not everyone, and I'm not versed to talk about it, but well, kind of have an insight through personal life. But of course it's not everyone, so I'm not going to go on about it anyway. But that could be a factor. I don't know. I think Nuno's kind of done such a great job just working with Marinakis and Mr. Marinakis, and now they've brought in someone as like a extra helping hands, and it's kind of like, don't fix what ain't broke. You're doing so well. The greatest club in the world, Real Madrid, greatest club in history, even to this day, have 2 points of contact. I think so. I could be wrong, but I remember when they won the Champions League, they were saying like literally, there's 2 conversations. There's Ancelotti, Perez. Can you get the deal done? When Ancelotti was there. Or maybe there's a sporting director. Anyway, they have a very simplified method. And Forest had a very simplified method. And there weren't too many chefs in the kitchen. And it was working. And maybe that just fucked him off.
Yeah, I'm sure he's used to having directors of football. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you don't like someone for whatever reason, it'll be shameful to see him sacked, especially now that he's gone to a point where, you know, they're in the Europa League, start the season off pretty brightly, made some good key signings now.
Yeah.
And I think McAtee, Ndoye looks good. Who else is there?
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson.
Amari Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Side.
Yeah, I forgot about that. They've got
Yeah.
good options
Gibbs
now.
White renewed, whether he wanted to or not. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one. It's one that was spaced quite interestingly, and annoyingly because of this, the Forest video where I was calling Forest idiots for sacking Steve Cooper keeps on popping up and getting liked. So can you please stop giving me shit on that video? Actually, you can. It was a really stupid take and something that hasn't aged well
Get
at all.
at him, man.
Yeah, get at
him.
me.
Steve Cooper, where is he now?
Couldn't even tell you.
Still looking for a fucking job, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So anyway, maybe we have done all right because we're getting views. All right, just to finish up, Maddest moment. Just want to talk about the Morecambe situation. It was really sad. I love lower league football. Do you love lower league football? Well, you grew up in the grassroots around London, so you must have some love for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like football.
Yeah, you like football.
Lower league.
I love a bit of lower league, but I think we can all agree that it's sad that Bury went out of business. I mean, the whole Wimbledon turning into MK Dons was sad. There are so many stories can go on, and Morecambe were about to become another victim of bad ownership, and like the club is about to go under. It's like if you're listening to this, it's like I don't know if you're a Chelsea fan, for instance, because I know a few Chelsea fans listen to this. If you're a Chelsea fan and just one day your club was gone and then the weekend comes and football's back, but you haven't got a team to support, it's crazy. It means a lot. And like I think what American owners are starting to grasp, and something that I think I was talking about this with my mum, like I don't know how like American football teams and NBA teams are set up, but one thing I do know is they are franchises. They're corporations. You can't get. They're almost a brand more than an institution. Is the best way I can describe it. Whereas even if you look at Arsenal coming from Dial Square, it was factory workers that came from Arsenal. A lot of the northern clubs come from tough conditions in the north back in the day, where they're working their fucking bollocks off. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you think we have workers' rights now, Jesus, like we're so lucky to. But these teams in England were born from communities. They're born from hardship. The soul of clubs are the fans, and that's why I think football means so much in this country, and I think that's why it's translated so around the world, because it's not a type of love that you can fake. It's not just that, oh, I love that brand, I love Nike, so everyone around the world will love Nike. It has a soul to it, and that's where football clubs have come from. They've come from struggle, and they've come from uniting people together, and bringing people together, and kind of uniting through hardship. So that's why football clubs mean so much in the UK. There's numerous examples. Look at the club that you support and the history behind it. There will be, it will have come from a factory, potentially, and it definitely will have come from a community of people. That wanted to come together through sport and create something. Okay, I'm going off. Morecambe nearly went out of business, and Morecambe's a very historic club. Yes, maybe historically they haven't been successful, but it's been a big part of the community, and especially in smaller towns where there's not much going on, it becomes very important for people in that town, potentially more so than people in London. And they nearly went out of business, and luckily, I think they're Punjabi. Basically, these Sikh investors came in and bought the club, Punjab Warriors. I think that's why I'm getting confused, because it sounds like Punjab. Let me just double check this. Punjab Warriors, they've come in and taken the club over, which is incredible. Sadly, they got rid of the manager. That's he who did incredible things like paying for a staff member's rent, stuff like that. So that was a bit sad. But on the flip side, it's incredible. They've hired the first ever Sikh manager, I believe, in the top 5 leagues. I could be wrong, but he's got incredible experience. I think he was at Wigan. He's been at other clubs as well. And look, Morecambe thought they were going to go out of business. They thought there wouldn't be a football club in that town. A very historic town, probably a very hard working northern town as well. I don't know much about Morecambe in general. They came from the brink of that, and they had their first game in the National League this weekend. It's 1-1. 90+7, Chika. Morecambe go and win the game. Scenes. Everyone's celebrating. It gives me goosebumps right now. And that is why I love football. I just think it's a mad story. It's great. Only in football would you get stories like that. Like, you couldn't see a franchise in America going out of business. Well, you could, but it wouldn't
be really hard.
Oh, no. You see many, like Seattle Sounders, Sonics. Is it Sonics?
They just renamed and relocated.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it was like MK Dons, Wimbledon kind of thing. But a town nearly didn't have a football team. That's so historic to them. Who didn't rename, were just going to die. And they come back this weekend, scoring the 90th minute. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Now, to end the show. Freak of the week, Howler. Do I do Howler? No, you do Freak of the week. Howler, Anthony Gordon. What you doing, Shan? Firstly, why do you look like a 1970s tennis player at the moment? He's gone from looking like Shirley from EastEnders to playing at Wimbledon.
It's like one of those boys from what's that guy called? What's that comedian called?
Rob Beckett.
No. What's the American guy that does a comedy? I think it's Step Brothers.
Oh, Owen Wilson.
No, the other one.
Owen Wilson, the blonde one.
The other one. He probably kind of looks like him as well.
I don't know.
The guy with a moustache.
Anyway. But yeah, Anthony Gordon, interesting look. Terrible tackle.
Oh, shocking.
Control.
My was trying to say that was just a yellow card.
He was very drunk off right in there.
He was very drunk, but yeah, like he just couldn't. I think he just wanted Liverpool to lose.
Yeah, it was straight red. Really stupid challenge. Newcastle could have won that game. Who's your freak of the week?
I don't know.
It's got to be Eze.
Oh, you can give it to Eze, man.
Yeah,
but he hasn't played.
just his situation.
No, I'm not glazing Eze as much as I love him. I'm not glazing Eze.
What about Gyokores?
No,
Clunky finish.
clunky guy.
What about Rio?
No, fuck that guy.
Mate, 16 scoring the winner at St James's Park. I'm gonna give it to him because you're about to die by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
we're gonna give it to Rio, and I'm gonna say Rio because I don't know how to pronounce his surname.
Yeah,
Rio, you won freak of the week, guys. Thank you for listening. We're gonna love you and leave you. Much love.
Much love. Ugh.